Hey my beautiful people, welcome back to my channel, Supreme Medium Diviner. Today we're going to be discussing Blu Ivy, and this topic of Blu Ivy is coming from her performance from the Netflix Christmas Day special, the halftime show that Beyonce put on alongside with her daughter Blu Ivy. If you have not subscribed to me, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Go ahead and hit that bell so you can be notified when I drop a video. If you feel compelled, please like, share, and comment on this video. Also, please beware of scammers. I do not reach out to anyone. I do not have WhatsApp, and you have to go to my website to book my service. Let's go ahead and get into it because I have all the details. Before we get started, just to let you guys know, the ones that you know, everything don't go to the top. This is not bad mouthing a little child. I understand that this is a child. I have children of my own. But we have to recognize and we have to talk about what we see. Just like you would any other child that's not a celebrity. You would talk about something if it was something that was going on. So let's go ahead and clear the air on that right now for all the ignorant people. So let's go ahead. I got a vision that the energy that Blu Ivy is giving, it's not her energy at all. And I had to just keep it 100 with y'all. The drink that I saw Beyonce drinking that Jay-Z gives her, this is poured as a libation over the, what do I even call it? Over the thing that's going into Blu Ivy. So there's something that they're using, and they're using the energy to give it to Blu Ivy. The energy of the thing is very robotic. It's like, you know what it reminds me of? Frankenstein. Like you're putting the pieces of someone else's body together to make one person. That's exactly what it reminds me. And how they get each piece activated. Now, let's start. This is a ritual. How they get each piece activated, I saw them. The liquid is being like poured over, like, say it's the floor. And the liquid is being poured on the floor. And then the outline of the body comes. And then they pour a little bit more. And then the body becomes alive. And they pour a little bit more. Then the body sits up. That's the vision that I got. The liquid was very important when it got to the head. They were like, do a little bit more. And it was the right side of the head. And the right side of the head seemed to be shaved. And they were like, get it right here, get it right here. You got to get it right here. And it kept pouring more and more. And it was like liquid gold, but it was dirty. It was the same liquid that Jay-Z is giving Beyonce that I talked about in one of my previous videos. The common factor when it comes to the congregation is this liquids that have to be intaked, or liquids that have to be touched. Okay, that's a common denominator in a lot of the visions that I'm getting. So the thing, intuitively, it's an entity that they're using, someone that they're using who is able to help Blu Ivy with her energy on that stage, because she's not ready for that. You can tell it in her facial expressions. Now, don't get me wrong. Kids often want to follow in their parents' footsteps. They do this all the time. With my youngest daughter, she's a lot like me. So that's not unusual. But they're not comfortable at such a young age doing a lot of things, even though they're interested, even though they like it. And when you look at Blu Ivy, you can tell her comfort level is very off. She's not ready to be in the limelight like that. So they have to give her assistance. They're not letting her naturally get to that point, to that readiness. What the entity looks like, it doesn't look like her. Like I said, it's a woman, and I can see it right now. Light complexion. Like I said, hair is long, but this on this side is bald, like it was shaved off. Giving me the impression that somebody who would have brain surgery, and the hair had to be shaven off to get to that area, and it hasn't grown back yet. Or if you had a wig on a doll, but it wasn't covered right there. Y'all, I'm trying to be very picturesque, give y'all the visual that I have. and it's robotic. That explains why her moves are robotic to me. That explains why the prime example on the Lion King, that Mufasa, when she was in front of people, she just kept flicking her hair. She kept doing like this, and it was very robotic, just like her mother. Okay, just like her mother. So my thing is, who is this entity that they're calling upon to give her this energy? That's what I need to find out. I know y'all probably like, well, dang, why you don't know? Why you doing the video? Because I didn't mean to see this vision. I told y'all once I tap in, things are shown to me. So this came out of nowhere. So I wasn't prepared to ask the questions that I need to ask. So I'm going to ask those questions. I'm trying to see if something comes to me now, who this could be. And it just, to me, is giving like, just almost like nobody in particular. It's something that within their group, something that they call upon. It's more of the energy, but they make the body. Like I said, it's given Frankenstein, but the energy that they put into the body is what they're really after. It's not per se the physical part of the entity. It's more the energy. So the question is, where is this energy coming from? So what that leads me to believe is that this is a conjuring spirit that provides that. And so what I mean by that is, y'all, there's a spirit that you can call on for everything. I have this book. It's about this thick, right? It's even a spirit that you can call on if you want to be a thief, a criminal, that can protect you, that can help you. So I'm going to look through that book, and I'm going to see where this energy is coming from, or I might just channel and ask for myself. Yeah, I know I told you when I did the Liam Payne reading that it was a Japanese entity, energy coming from a Japanese culture. So I need to see where it's coming from. So I think like the physical part that I'm seeing of the entity is not as important as like the energy that they're using to activate this thing. And then it's almost like it's a voodoo doll. So then once they activate the energy into this entity, then they can use it as a voodoo doll, and that what controls Blue. And that's what makes it very robotic. That must makes her transfer of energy. Okay. And of course, if they're using liquid, they also have to use some of her bodily fluid as well. And what I'm getting is like, it's like her saliva to mix in so you can have the energy. You have to have that exchange, okay? And so therefore, they're making her do this. If you question it, they're making her do this. And why do I feel like they're making her do this? So it's one thing that I have to tell y'all is that every time I get visions, and when I started doing this, Miss Tina is always in the background. And I can't decide if Miss Tina is a help or if she is, like, you know, encouraging this. You know what I'm saying? Encouraging this. She's always in the background. Even when I channeled Solange, but when it was Solange, she was like very emotional. No, like, no, not my baby. You know what I'm saying? But with Beyonce, it's kind of like, you know, like she kind of pushing her along, you know what I'm saying? So this makes me feel like, you know, Jay-Z is definitely controlling her, but there's other people that's controlling her as well. And then we got, you know, I did not watch the performance because I did not want to partake in the ritual and the energy that they were doing. So a lot of people have been trying to compare her to Michael Jackson. And, you know, what are they trying to pull here? What are they trying to pull? Because the energy that Michael Jackson had, they had to have an ambulance on site. She ain't got that kind of energy. So again, just like with Kim Kardashian, you trying to tap into something that you don't naturally have. So y'all have to be careful of that. So what I'm thinking is, being that she don't naturally have, and I told y'all she is tired. She is tired. They need new energy. Blue is going to pull y'all in. Blue is going to pull y'all in. But I feel like y'all need to be careful of that because that is a child. We must protect the children. Do not partake in that. You can clearly see she is not comfortable. She's not comfortable. And then it's ironic to me that Beyonce does this like interview when they're doing when the Mufasa movie is coming out, saying that Blue came to her and saying that she wanted to do this and she wanted to do that. And when she was doing her Renaissance tour, she made this known as well, that she told Blue, well, you have to work, and I really didn't want her to do it. And why am I letting my child out here? Why is she putting emphasis on that? Why are you putting emphasis on that? You know what I'm saying? It's like she's trying to beat y'all to the punch, trying to make it seem it's all an illusion. Okay, so when Blue is out there performing, that is not her energy. It is a robotic energy that they're using in an entity. It's something that they have created. She's being controlled by the drink that Beyonce drinks as well. They're just not giving it to her. They're giving it to the entity, and then they're exchanging their energy so she can have it when she's on that stage. Okay, now when she's talking, it's natural, but when she's on that stage, when she's beside Beyonce, it's very different. It's very robotic, and even Beyonce acts robotic around her. Okay, these are not the same people on the stage, and y'all need to be mindful of that, and you need to be very careful. It's not a game out here. It's not a game. Okay, be careful who you're giving your energy to. I was a Beyonce fan at one time, but then something changed, and I was just like, I can't with her. I can't with her. It's just not the same effect as it was when she was with Destiny's Child, or when she came out with her first album. For me, the turning point was the Drunk in Love album. That was the turning point for me when I knew something was different with her. It wasn't the same Beyonce that I was a fan of. And that's when I fell back. So listen to your intuition about these celebrities, these channelings that I'm giving y'all. I told y'all that this was my next assignment. So we're diving all in, and I'm giving y'all things as we go. We have not even touched the surface. We have not touched the surface. But for people talking about, oh, you talking about a child. Well, don't watch a child that's not comfortable. You're partaking in these energy rituals. Okay? It's not good. It's not a good look. Okay? So I hope this confirmed anybody's suspicions or questions that they had regarding Blu Ivy and seeing her out there and what's really going on. It's not that child. And like I said, I'm not saying that she doesn't admire her mother. Most kids admire their mother and they want to walk in their footsteps, but that does not mean that they're ready or they want to be in the limelight. Like my youngest daughter, she's just like me, but she shies away because they're kids. They haven't come into that. And to let y'all know this even further, it takes until she's 21 years old for everything to come around for her to know her purpose, because her soul has not developed completely yet. Our souls do not completely develop until we're 21 years old. So whatever they're doing with her now, matter of fact, hold on. She's 12 years old. This is the time, y'all. Okay, let me explain something to you. 12 years old, when you can start puberty, that's the time where your ancestors come into play. And this is the time where the part of the soul that develops, that determines who you're going to be, what your journey is, what your path is by the time you reach 21. We are supposed to know that, and we're supposed to start our journey. This explains why a lot of people, when they turn 21, if you pay attention to it, you start going through things and you seeing things, right? But you don't know what it is because you wasn't taught, okay? So the way that society has stopped this development, especially in people, in Black people, is with Christianity. This is why they say baptize a child at 12 or 13, because when you do that, that's a ritual of putting the spirit of Jesus in you. So your ancestors are tucked down, far away. What was that movie? The Get Out. How, I forgot the place that they were calling it, but where it's tucked down, far away, right? And the only way it can resurface is you resurrect your own spirit. So this confirms even more of my vision that I'm getting with Blue, is that they're not allowing her spirit to come out. It's the entities that's coming out, and this is why they started this. This makes sense why she started her at the age that she did. So Beyonce needs to shut up lying. She know exactly what she doing. I teach this in my ancestral worship workshop. 12, 13 years old are important years for children. This is when the foundation is laid. And if you know what to do, they will know what they're supposed to be doing at 21. So this confirms it. This is, I'm disgusted. I don't know about y'all, but I'm disgusted with the whole thing. I refuse to give it anything. I refuse to give anything. And if you know any better, you wouldn't either. But you know, each his own. Do what you gotta do. Okay? Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this, and I hope this gave y'all some understanding. Again, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. Until next time. Bye.